Am I the asshole for writing a bad Yelp review about my child's daycare calling them racist? A while ago my daughter, 8 female, was complaining about her daycare because they were not giving her sunscreen. She asked for sunscreen but they said that black people do not need sunscreen but they actually do. Before COVID they went on a field trip and they made all the black kids sit in the sun and made the white kids sit in the shade because it would damage their skin or some BS. I talked to the ladies at the daycare and they said that it was justified but said if we brought in a doctor's note they would give her sunscreen. I made my daughter take it to school and let her share it with other kids but then the teacher took it saying she was not allowed to do that without permission. The other day she came home with a bad sunburn and her skin was peeling and I had enough and wrote that they were racist and segregating kids and that she could get skin cancer because they are forcing her in the sun without sunscreen. I sent the lady in charge articles about cancer and that black people can get sunburned and sent her names of the workers who enforced this. She said that they were under her orders and that she was right because we have more protection against this and said that I was blowing this out of proportion and asked me to take my review down. I am seriously thinking of contacting a news channel about this. My friend said I am being a Karen for complaining publicly and that black people have melanin so that gives them lots of protection that other kids don't have. Edit, we live in the deep south. Not the asshole. That place is horrible, what the fuck? I would definitely not send my daughter back there if I was you, and do not take down the review. Other parents need to know so they won't go through this as well. Not the asshole. Hit them where it hurts and make a complaint to the state licensing board. Not the asshole. This is grotesquely racist and I completely support the idea of taking this to the news. This place needs an expose. They're harming kids. It's borderline abusive. Imagine the outrage if they were sitting white kids in the sun without sun protection. It would likely be seen as abuse by the parents. Go full nuclear on this one. Not the asshole. They are abusing and endangering your child and others based upon race-based assumptions that are flat wrong, then doubling down when confronted. I say go to the news channel and find a better daycare for your daughter. Not the asshole. Black people do get sunburned and skin cancer. It's not reported on because all the medical examples are based on Caucasian skin so doctors do not recognize it on black skin. Leave the report up and let others know. The myth that black people don't need sunscreen needs to be educated out. Not the asshole. What the fuck do they mean black people don't need sunscreen? I live in California and have to put on sunscreen constantly or I'll burn. I understand some children might have sensitive skin so maybe sunscreen can't be shared but the daycare has no problem using it on the children who aren't black. They are leaving children in the sun and causing them to get sunburns. I wish I could believe that this was fake but I have enough personal experience to know this type of thing is very real. Keep any communication that you have from the daycare and the doctor's note if possible. As long as your review is accurate don't take it down. If possible switch daycares. Not the asshole. Raise hell, but perhaps get your child out of the mix first. Not the asshole. Find a new daycare ASAP. Call the news station. Leave more reviews, not just on Yelp, but on any site you can. They are endangering children. Even after being given proof, they are still endangering children, which makes me think they knew all along. Find a new daycare, get together with the parents of the other black kids, and take this place down. Not the asshole. Melanin offers a degree of sun protection, but not to the level of sunscreen. This daycare needs to be shut down for endangering kids. I would go to the news station. Absolutely not the asshole. Drag them all. Not the asshole. If this is for real, which should tell you something about the level of ridiculousness on display, not only is it racist and ignorant, it's just plain dumb. Like, what harm do they think putting sunscreen on your daughter might do, even if they're somehow convinced she doesn't need it? Oh no, she might be over-moisturized? Not the asshole. Native Texan, Louisianian here, lived right on the border. Soon as I heard, black people can't burn, I knew you were somewhere in the South. I always tell people how great it is to live in Texas, and then you get the current shitstorm going on down there and posts like these. Go to the news, you know damn well public humiliation is gonna be the only thing that makes a difference. My school tried to cause a stink because a lesbian wanted to wear a tux to prom. KFDM got on that real quick and suddenly they were declaring support for the LGBTQ+ community and forcing us to make a video to show everyone how tolerant they are. Disclaimer, I do not support the Dallas Cowboys law. Not the asshole. Contact the news, put them on full blast. Bro, not the asshole, absolutely. What even? Like, this is child abuse. The racism and segregation is so blatant, it's revolting. Don't take down your review, report them to the news or to someone who'll call them out. This is utterly unacceptable. Not the asshole. Keep every bit of documentation you have as to these exchanges and go to the news. Attitudes like this still hold as accepted and true in far too much of the Deep South, particularly in the rural areas. Have family in those areas, that's how I know. They need to be challenged and held accountable on those attitudes. They are endangering your daughter and other kids by their wrong and racist beliefs, not to mention openly segregating the children by skin color. They deserve every bit of bad publicity coming their way. Not the asshole. You are right to fight for your daughter and these other kids as well. These people are ignorant and willfully potentially harming black children, and it makes me wonder why they won't just put sunscreen on everyone. Laziness or something worse, like not wanting to touch black skin? End them. Not the asshole. Report them to hell and back. Yikes, not the asshole. Report them to your district education board or whatever you have there like that in charge of setting regulations and certificating childcare services. This must violate a lot of codes. Not the asshole. Racists gonna racist. Like what the fuck, why would someone be so invested in keeping sunscreen from black kids? Oh, the caucasity. You should edit the review and say they are doubling down on their racist policy after being called out on it. You need to do more than contact the news. First, you should get all the other parents of black kids together at one time and go into the office of the director and explain that if they don't start giving your kids sunscreen and stop separating them from white kids for any reason, you are all pulling your kids out that very day. You should also call your state's regulatory group and inform them of what's going on. Then you all should get an attorney and sue them for discrimination. And get everyone to post negative Google reviews. Not the asshole so hard, this is really awful. NTA. Your poor child. Get the news involved, but also switch daycares. OMG, holy shit, you're so not the asshole. The gall of those people to ask you to take your review down. Fuck that daycare. Go to every news outlet you can find, and also write a letter to your local newspaper. I am so sorry this happened to you and your daughter. I'm outraged on your behalf. They are suggesting black people can't get skin cancer? That's crazy, ignorant and dangerous to more kids than just your own, not the asshole. 1. Fuck your daycare. 2. Fuck your friend. 3. Fuck the South. Not the asshole. Black people aren't immune to skin cancer. And even if they were, making children sit in direct sunlight could cause other health problems. This place literally burned your daughter. I've worked in after-school and summer camp settings, and if any of my co-workers pulled this shit, I'd report them in a heartbeat. Not the asshole. Holy hell, please tell me this is all in writing. Email. This woman is about to have folks going scorched earth on her for defending her orders to her staff. She is 100% being racist by doubling down on her ignorant reasons. Ask her if this is the standard she wants and if she still refuses to change her ways. If she says yes, respond that then it's an honest and truthful review and I'm not deleting it. Not the asshole. You'd be an a-hole if you didn't report this. What the fuck is wrong with this daycare? Not the asshole. Wow, you'd think a place like that would know not to spread misinformation, especially to kids. Not only were they racist, they endangered your child. Priority 1 is to find a better daycare, and do not remove the Yelp review. If I were in your area, I would want to know that sort of information. I don't want my son to get influenced by such adults. Sorry you guys went through that. It's gross to be honest. Not the asshole, and as a black woman myself, please ALWRT everyone you can. News stations, newspapers, get this story out on all your social media accounts. Nothing about this is okay, and it is putting any and all POC children in their care in danger. I am so sorry your daughter already had to experience racism at such a young age, which is an entire different side to this argument that just breaks my heart. Your little girl should have never been treated any different or had her skin color pointed out to her as why she's being treated different. This sucks in so many ways. Not the asshole, this place should be shut down and every worker sent to science classes. In no way should they be leading and nurturing children. I love when someone from another race, culture, color knows best. It actually shouldn't be an issue what the childcare provider thinks, it what you want for your child. I'm stupid white, I can burn Sue easy, so I hide as soon as the clouds move. My hubby is white, blonde hair, blue eyes and loves that sunshine. Different people need, want, like, dislike different things. Skin color has nothing to do with the sun, it is about choice and how you look after yourself and family. She is disrespecting your choice. Not the asshole. I wish I could be in the sun without sun cream, I would love a golden glow but I just go lobster red then peel. That's not just racist, it's bordering on criminal negligence. NTA and take it to the gosh dang news. Toxic potatoes like that daycare working shouldn't be child caters. Screw the review. Why haven't you documented this for child abuse and negligence? I wondered if this was the South and then I saw the edit. While melanin gives a slight advantage in resisting the sun, it is just that slight. These people are some seriously racist assholes not giving all the kids access to sunscreen. You are right to complain and I personally hope the daycare gets shut down. They are still doing the whole equal but separate bullshit from the 50s, 60s. I am a white guy raised in the South during the 70s and this sort of science-y sounding bullshit was even being used back then. Not the asshole. Holy shit, that's racist. Blast that review everywhere you can. No, you are 1000% not the asshole. The audacity of, I'm assuming, a white person arguing with a black person about how to take care of their skin is ridiculous and disgusting, racist, ignorant, dangerous, etc. Leave the review up and take it to the news. Absolutely not the asshole, that's practically child abuse. Put them on blast. Not the asshole. The daycare workers are racist and you are right for calling them such. You're letting other black folk know that their child is in danger should they use that daycare. I recall reading an article years ago that said while people of color don't get diagnosed with skin cancer at the rates that white people do, but when they do get diagnosed it's usually when the cancer is in a later stage, which is why POC skin cancer survival rates are lower than white people's rates. So major props to you for being a good parent and defending your kid and for keeping other kids safe from those racist daycare workers. Edit, spelling because I didn't proofread my post. Daycare acts in a racist manner. Am I the asshole? I'll be honest, this entire story sounds fake. Are you really asking if you're the asshole here? We live in the deep South. Now your story sounds even faker. Literally just picking dumb stereotypes out of thin air and expecting people to believe this lame story. Do you have a fascination with racism that it's worth making up fake stories over? I'd give this story about a 1% chance of having any truth at all in it. The story you told is deeply racist, but if you just made up this story for internet points, then you're the racist here. There's enough real issues happening that need to be solved. We don't need make-believe stories. NTA if you didn't make up the story. YTA if you did. They are literally segregating children by race and putting the black children in inferior and more dangerous conditions, then justifying it with a weird racist stereotype. This might be the biggest not the asshole I've ever seen on here. I would do way more than leave a bad review. What the fuck did I just read? Sue them into the ground. Go to the news. Tell neighbors. Run this place out of business. Not the asshole reported, we all need protection, they are treating the children like second-class citizen. Not the asshole, you'll turn into an asshole if you don't get your poor baby out of there as soon as you possibly can. This place is clearly deeply, fundamentally racist and it wouldn't be a bad idea to publicly put them on blast for this. Not the asshole. As a side note, my state, United States, as well, requires the parent fill out a form for child care to be permitted to apply even the most basic things like sunscreen or over-the-counter diaper cream. At mine sunscreen would have been sent home too, without the proper forms. They may or may not be correct about what they need and about being able to share sunscreen, etc. Some places are quite strict about this to protect the kids and the workers. That said, the rest of it is garbage. Black kids being forced to sit in the sun while the white kids sit in the shade. This is gross. Really gross. They deserve whatever fallout comes from this. Not the asshole for the review, but honestly, in my opinion, you're an for not getting your kid into a new daycare ASAP. These people are racist and downright ignorant, and your kid should be removed immediately. Not the asshole as the daycare licensed? If there's a licensing body, then they need to be reported for child neglect. After all, this is just the things you know about, and children don't have a frame of reference to know what abuse necessary is. Edit, we live in the Deep South. Maybe the least surprising edit ever. Not the asshole. And #X200B. Obviously incredibly racist.